Did it? Did it start?
Shit, I can't even do it. You know what? I can't even do the pop-up. I can't even do the pop-up now. I can't even do the pop-up.
You look like your head was poking out of a forest floor and you were in some kind of weird hospital bed.
All I saw was that fucking I hope that shows up in the video.
No, that was perfect. Just the double chin.
Oh, that has to.
No. All I saw was like that little pop-up. That did you post the really horrifying picture, Sarah?
What did I do?
I saw a pop-up of like that really awful like fetish comic. By the way, this is all going on the recording.
Probably because you started recording it that it popped.
Yeah, I was about to say.
Why would I do that? I would have to save that to my computer. Are you fucking kidding me? No.
Chase, as long as this call's been going on, only one person's been sending horrifying comics.
That would be, man, that background. I'm keeping it though. That would be me. Okay, so it's been a few days.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry.
No, that's fine. We all
here.
Sam, and we all hate him.
No.
Yes. I feed off and give it to me.
Nope, sorry, we're not going to power you with hate.
So, who wants to do the really quick catch up? Just a minute, no more than a minute.
I can try, but I'll probably need help. So, we start off with Grandmaster Roscoe, right? Roscoe. Is that where we started?
Pretty much,
Peter
yeah.
going to Roscoe, yeah. And Roscoe wanted to hide a dead body. Wanted to help Peter hide a dead body. Peter quickly
he offered, and I declined him.
Exactly. All he just needed was, some bastion. Roscoe went to his room to do private things.
For a
day.
For an entire day.
With this fanny pack.
With things that are in his fanny pack. And then we texted about a general plan about how to basically put cameras into the Colts trailer. Mm-hmm. And that was by setting off a diversion, which would be me and our newfound friend Ethan.
Oh God!
The arsonist, the pyromaniac. I'll be running by fire. And so that's essentially what we did. Me and Ethan set off a fire and explosion in the woods while Beryl and Peter and Frank infiltrated the cabin to then install the cameras. But they were confronted by Jamil and Alice, basically saying that we couldn't meddle with their business. We couldn't take the relics or any of that stuff.
Keep talking, I can hear you.
Do exactly what they told us not to. He took the Donald Duck relics, and then
leaving, hang on. We did convince the two kids that, like, hey, you're mixed up in some bad juju. Y'all need to go.
They told us that Pastor Freddy's his other form is larger and has multiple arms and eyes and is very terrifying, and he's some sort of like messenger of God type.
Yep. Yeah, I forgot about that part.
Yep, and then Peter, in his whole like fuck the system vibe, not only got all the things he wanted, but also nearly sent Beryl to a black abyss of no return.
No harm, no foul. It's fine.
Just sent her into literally nothing. Just sent her into what is nothing.
It's fine. I survived. I've almost died before.
Well, no. So I unplugged the chapel that we had. I pulled the plug we found, which apparently made the chapel collapse into nothingness. And Beryl didn't make the jump initially, and I had to do the whole like reach out. And we got Beryl out, and
mercifully, you're
and then
strong
all of us fucking ran.
And then we turned on the nanny cans and got to see Freddy freak the fuck out and kill two of his people.
Yeah, just dismember them, turn them into a nice, lovely chutney.
And
you didn't see it.
But we
saw the aftermath.
Funny enough, our storyteller keeps preventing us from actually seeing what the thing looks like.
Interesting.
Really helping us identify what it is.
And what else? I mean, that's really it. We're trying to figure out what to do next now that we know.
We all went our separate ways, and I don't know where y'all went, but I know where Peter went.
Back to Master Roscoe's masturbatorium.
So yeah, did we ever settle truly on what the plan was? I know it involved Jeb somehow.
We're trying to figure out what he can do to try to like get in there. Try to get more information.
All right, no, here's the thing. I mean, the plan was to get a confirmed thing of what Pastor Freddy was, and then, we knocked it up a level by taking all the Donald Duck relics and unplugging their chapel, so...
Oh, and apparently he can't do miracles if he doesn't have the relics, right? That's what Homeboy told us, so...
Here's where I see hiccups of what we performed earlier. 1, 2 people that we think we scared off saw Frank.
And most of my face.
And he's a well-known...
But not the most important part. The areas around your eyes. Not just the areas around your eyes.
And 2, like at this point, we've destroyed a chapel for them, and we've taken a lot of stuff they seem to want that's important.
Well, you know what? Let us cut to the day room at the apartment complex, since that kind of seems to be like the hidey place. Since Peter's really trying to lay low, we'll cut there.
I'm going to throw it out there. Peter's not showing up if that's where we're meeting.
Okay, that's fine. You want to teleconference call it basically? Or does everybody want to meet up at Grandmaster Roscoe's?
At this point, Peter does not feel, as he's kind of the known entity here, Peter does not feel comfortable going back to a place where he might, people know he could be there.
That makes sense, yeah.
I don't even think he's been to the museum for 3 days.
That's one other thing, is that Frank has confided with Jeb that, he's still in it for the fight because he doesn't think that, they got any names or anything like that. But he's probably going to be kind of laying low too, especially after seeing Pastor Freddy and a bunch of corpses.
Beryl's a little bit worried about, having shown most of her face at this point, and it might have to call into work.
Jeb's worried that he's made new relationships with Ethan, and guess how those might come back to bite him,
or burn him.
I think Master Roscoe's is a much more interesting setting. Just
the principle alone.
Well, but also I think it's more likely. Like no one knows Master Roscoe aside from us. So if we were actually trying to meet in person, then that seems more likely.
Okay, so we'll say that Frank and Jeb, they show up. Beryl, she shows up. And in the living room, there's Peter, there's Grandmaster Roscoe. Big Trouble in Little China is on TV. He's trying to link it to some kind of martial arts lesson. Peter, you don't think he's doing that great of a job of explaining it?
So here's where Peter's at. I'm not gonna lie. He hasn't shaved. He's got a 3-day kind of growth. Like usually prim and proper Peter, he doesn't look great. His hair disheveled. You guys didn't see it because you weren't there earlier, but Peter had a white wine spritzer, right at 12 o'clock.
Day drinking.
I was about to say, is this becoming a daily white wine?
No. This is literally in response to the things that happened last night.
Okay.
Hey, Peter, you need a hug.
Peter nearly watched a person he's grown to love and care about nearly fall into an endless void, and he's having to kind of process that.
I'm not going to process that anytime soon. I can't. I just can't right now because
that's fine. I'm just telling you, this is how Peter does it. He's down for the super. So I think I've put out there that Peter's down for the supernatural. He's not freaked out by that. Mm-hmm. He's freaked out when his actions lead to people he cares about being in imminent danger or hurt. That's what hurts Peter.
Okay, that makes sense. Well, Beryl is just trying to not deal with the existential sort of crisis of the fact that she's now almost died twice. Just doing this stupid monster hunting shit.
I guess Jeb hasn't seen either one of them in person yet, so Jeb's gonna come up and get him close and really check on them. Y'all,
okay, yeah,
that shit was crazy. I'm assuming we texted about it or something. Like, are y'all okay? Like, seriously, like that was.
I mean, I'm
crazy.
here.
I mean, Beryl, do you need something from me? I mean,
like, let's group hug it maybe. But other than that, that's. I'm not
Peter
gonna
lets you guys like hug him, but he's literally nose deep in he's trying to learn as much as he can to prevent another friend from getting hurt. Like he's reading a book he thinks will help. He doesn't know if it'll help. He thinks it'll help.
Okay. Grandmaster Roscoe, he joins in on the group hug. Nobody asked him to.
Does he just come up behind someone and hug them from behind, or?
Yeah, but the thing is, like, it's uncomfortable. It's creepy, but it's not like sexual creepy.
Yeah, okay, yeah. Like it's just like, weird, just odd.
Just like he's being a little too, forward for someone who he's known Peter for a while, but you guys not so much. Just like hugging you like a big brother would, but
how old is Master Roscoe exactly?
He's of age.
That's not the question. No, thank you. No, I'm trying to fuck the werewolf. Thanks. Okay, we've talked about this.
That's a good band name.
Fuck the werewolf.
Fuck the werewolf.
Yeah, obviously.
Okay.
Go ahead.
No, you go ahead.
No, for you. Well, I was gonna say, Jeb's gonna go to the theater and be like, "That was all you, man. I mean, you saved her. You kept us together. That's incredible."
And you also definitely took out something that's very important to them.
Yeah, you're a goddamn hero.
Yeah. To which Frank says, "By the way, Peter, you grabbed a couple of those things, right?"
And like Peter like points like to the like half kitchen, half living room counter that's separating the two, and like it's just lined with like the Donald Duck like animation things he had and the figurines, and just it's all there.
You guys are going to pat Peter on the back and then go up and like walk and look at the things that essentially look like you raided a thrift store, right? I mean, that's just a bunch of random.
Much. Like some of these things are like, I mean, with the exception of maybe the animation cell, you wouldn't say any of these things are worth anything. Like maybe to some like hardcore Donald Duck collectors, but maybe a couple of bucks at
some real duck heads.
Yeah, so some really hardcore duck heads.
Hardcore duck heads. Yeah, I'm gonna try to like investigate them, or even I have Eye of the Strange and have never used it, and I kind of want to.
Yeah.
Fucking roll it.
Fucking roll it, but I literally can't find it.
Someone look it up. I don't have. Wait, I have my phone on me now.
I have my printed off piece, but I cannot find it.
While
there it is. I got it. Go ahead.
Okay.
I'm gonna
I was going to say, while people were looking up the rules real quick, I was going to say the only band I can find is there is a band called Fucking Werewolf.
Oh, okay.
But they don't seem to be active in social media since 2017. So
oh, man. Okay. So they've abandoned their...
They're just squatting on that awesome name.
I'll listen to their music tomorrow at work. I'll let y'all know.
Okay, definitely.
I want a full report. Oh, no!
What are you, fucking Chase over there?
No, now I have to buy Sam a stand.
Yeah, I'm going to buy myself a sheep that's not going to work at all, and then I'm going to try a few other methods before I just buy a computer.
And I mean, someone gets so frustrated he sends you something.
This thing is really good. Like it's really portable. Like I can vouch for this. It is called a Nulaxy, Nulaxy. Today, this week's sponsor for our wonderful game podcast.
You're welcome, Chase. I did my research.
Yeah, Garrett grabbed that, and it's good. It's a good little piece of hardware.
All right.
For sure. Well, hopefully my computer starts working at some point. I'll have to buy one. But okay, I'm strange. Roll intelligence composure plus composure to identify evidence of supernatural involvement. So that's 110.
All right.
Okay, that's it.
Oh, that's it? Just out of curiosity, does it list anything if there are exceptional successes?
No, it does not.
That's fine. I was just curious on it. So here's the thing. You're getting no weird mojo from any of this stuff. Like, I mean, obviously, I mean, you don't have like clairvoyant powers or anything, but like, you know, you don't find like any like weird occult symbols scribbled on them. You don't get the sense that, you know, maybe they've been like, you know, held over some incense or anything like that. Like, all intents and purposes, I mean, you know, they don't have like eldritch tentacles coming off of them, a black miasma of death. It's just Donald Duck knickknacks. And, oh, obviously the animation cell.
And apparently these are all tied to Pastor Freddy's ability to do miracles. Though, I mean, obviously they're not tied to his ability to fucking rage out and do some horrible stuff to human bodies. So apparently they help him heal people, but hurting people he can do all on his own.
Yeah, his innate, you know, monster inside him isn't related. Or maybe it is, but it doesn't seem to be.
Well, the thing is, I mean, did that Jamil guy, did he specify exactly what it does?
He just said that the miracles wouldn't like happen or manifest or something if we took away the I don't know what artifacts or something or whatever he called them.
Well, think of it this way, guys. I mean, Peter, you know, I respect you for, you know, trying to cope with this, and you know, we're grateful you saved Beryl's life, but I mean, you got us some bargaining chips, if nothing else. Like, I don't know what they need these for. I don't think any of us do. But if they come after us, I mean, these things are apparently important enough to try and protect in some weird, not really their church, and you know, he's willing to kill people out of anger over them. So I mean, we got bargaining.
He's willing to kill people out of anger. I don't know if I necessarily trust him to honor a deal if we you know give them over. I just feel like we're gonna end up getting creamed afterwards. Maybe that's just me being paranoid, but
we're gonna find ourselves in a situation regardless, though. But we do have something they want, which is, you know, better than having nothing. Before we had nothing,
sure.
But now we can spy on them at least.
While everyone's talking, I would like to do an investigation check. That's the whole reason why I wanted to mention that. Like, I've been constantly looking at various books I've brought into Roscoe's place, because I want to see if I can search and find, like, you know, multi-arm, you know, the little kind of things we were given, like totems used to perform actions, miracles. Like, I want to see if I can use those key things to search all of my books of creatures and monsters, and like see if maybe I can try to pinpoint this a bit more.
Okay, that will definitely be a cult. We will say a cult, and do you want to do intelligence or resolve? Because I imagine you've been at this for a couple of days. I mean, you could do either one. Difficulty 2, though. So with a -2 penalty.
If you're giving me the choice, I'd rather go with intelligence.
Okay. But yeah, just what, you know, occult plus intelligence, -2 penalty.
All right.
And we would have regained a willpower since yesterday, right?
You both. I'm gonna. Since Peter's just tapped out. Mm-hmm. I'm gonna say. Yeah, I'm gonna say. I mean, since it's just been a day, I mean, you're still going to be pretty exhausted. You're going to be. You all regain 2 willpower.
That's fine.
I want you to have some reserves, but you know, I still kind of want you kind of on the ropes because it has.
Oh no,
I'm still shaken and spooked.
I was going to ask you about that a bit later, though.
Okay. Oh, me or Sarah?
Oh, you. Like, you know, that rest gave us some willpower. So for my investigation, I have 1 success.
Okay. Oh yeah. Also, keep in mind, like, as long as something is in regards to the hunt, that's the cool thing about being a hunter is you can risk willpower, and if you get it, and if you get, you know, if you succeed, you not only regain that willpower, but you gain an extra willpower. So if you had 2 willpower and you risked it and you succeeded, you gain, you know, you stay at 2 and then you get another one. So you have 3 now.
Yeah.
Because like you guys don't have access for the most part at this tier. You don't have access to cool, like, super abilities or cool technology. So this right here is like, this is your superpower, just your sheer drive and determination. So
yeah, it is.
But you didn't have any will, like we'll just say, you've been doing this over the past couple of days. You couldn't have risked it at that point anyway, but just something to keep in mind so that you're not just constantly on the struggle bus for willpower. Okay. Anyway, back to the game. So you found a few mentionings of like local legends of, various people, like, maybe seeing things in a dream. A few of them dating back to roughly about when that, the whole like tent revival thing first kind of started around the turn of the last century. But you found mention of multi-armed, creatures and beings coming into this area every decade or so, and collecting random things. Like you found that like going back a ways. Even so far as like finding something that the Native Americans, like the Cherokee, mentioned at one point, and I'm not going to come up with a name because I don't want to be offensive because I don't know any Cherokee. But yeah, we'll say you found stuff like that.
Okay, I'll just relay that information. Like while they've been kind of talking amongst themselves and looking at things, I'll just kind of, literally in the Peter fashion, I'll just pipe in like in the middle of their conversation, just kind of word vomit all that out loud.
You've I will add another thing. You've not found anything relating to like people getting hurt or any sudden disappearances, but a few things of like it doesn't seem to necessarily be a force of evil, but people do tend to act weird. People tend to get more religious around that point, and then like it just kind of fades away and isn't seen again for like a decade or so.
Mm-hmm. So I relay that information.
Okay.
How old is it? To which Frank, he's like, how old is this thing?
I mean, from the information I've gathered of our local area, it's got to be turn of the century, Franklin.
At the least,
I don't even know if our Pastor Freddy is is this something using his body as a shell? I mean, it certainly can't be the same one that we saw in those pictures that we found.
No, it must be going on that train of thought. It's keeps jumping, and that baby that he's culling, he's gonna swap into that, or maybe it is just he's gonna make it into what he is. I mean, it's either way, it's scary.
Yeah.
But it's been around for a long time. Does it say anything about like what it actually is, opposed to just general information? Nothing like that.
Nope. All I've got some testimonies from people having vivid dreams and some Cherokee legends. That's literally all I have.
We'll go with that.
It's like dude with the mustache, Sam. Could you roll? Could you roll wits and occult?
Yes.
No plus or minus.
Can I also add in? I love how you generally had to look back in your woods there to figure that one out.
Yeah. The woods speak. They tell me what. They tell me.
The forest nymphs. They whisper to me.
Yeah, I think this dice is weird. Yes, that was 110. Okay. It has nothing for 0. Literally, just nothing. I had to make sure.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
That's a weird dice.
Yeah,
it's a weird dice. I actually had just like little like scratch marks, like weird indentation. Anyway, it's not a 0 though.
What kind of dice do you have?
It's this.
Oh, okay. I thought you rolled a completely different number and it had like some other weird symbol.
This one's just scratch marks. This one,
that's a Norse
some foreign language. I don't recognize this script.
I mean, Sam, you didn't walk into the local Spencer's and like buy some of those love dice, right? You can't play with those anymore.
Mouth to bottom of the foot, but not toe. Oddly descriptive for a picture.
It takes me 45 minutes to get where you are, Sam. I'll be there in a bit.
Ooh.
Okay, so that was a success.
Yeah.
You pick up as Peter's talking about those kinds of things that this seems to coincide with the rest of the research that you guys did, where it was showing that around those particular times there were like sightings of what you guys would call cryptids.
So this thing kind of brings things out of the woodwork, quite literally, maybe even. So I'm still lost as for what to do. I mean, I feel like, honestly, we're at this point, we just need to confront Freddy. Because we need to figure some game plan to go at him, because we ain't got nothing right now.
I mean, they're leaving in another weekend. We have a general idea, but we don't quite know what he is. And he has about what I would consider an army against our crew.
Peter, that makes me think of something. Do you think your Snowflame friends and Skunk Ape friends would join us against Freddy, or do you think they are aligned with Freddy?
They're the ones who bring the little trinkets and stuff, right?
Maybe that's instinct and not allegiance.
But I mean,
Frank also says, "Do we think you think that baby might still be at that cabin in the woods? Be another bargain chip."
But is it?
Are you trying to? Oh God! Are you?
I mean,
he's like, I'm just throwing ideas out,
But I mean, at this point, I'm not trying to like keep this conversation going any longer. But it's like at this point, I mean, I feel like, are we going for bargaining chips, or are we going to stop this because we've got we're running it. We're out of time, guys. I feel like.
And Frank goes, well, that's what I'm saying is that, I mean, apparently the Donald Duck things are important to him, and the baby is clearly being used for something. I mean, maybe those are just key ingredients to keep whatever he's trying to do from happening.
So can we
and it's not necessary.
Get the baby as well? I mean, are you saying trade the baby for the Donald Duck?
I may have ruined our chances to get back in that house with my multiple visits. But also, it seems like after the me and our werewolf pals, we got ambushed at the Skunk Ape Temple. I'm not saying I'm not willing to go back in the woods, but it really seems like they might be patrolling them now.
Yeah, I think the risk is a lot higher right now.
Well, the good news is, I mean, it's pretty familiar ground at this point, the woods. I mean, unless they know something that we don't, which, I mean, there's always that possibility. I mean, we put a lot of miles under our feet over there.
So are you
all right,
sneaking in?
This makes me real nervous.
TBH. So Peter stands up. He walks over to Roscoe's kitchen area. He takes out a bottle of white wine and some seltzer. He makes himself another white wine spritzer. He drinks half of the one he made, and then it's just all right, this is what I'm thinking. Frank, you need to lay low. Your face was seen, and I love you, Franklin, but you just need to lay low. Beryl.
Yeah.
I'm not going to give you anything. I'm going to say you as your own person can make this choice to come with us or not. If you do not feel comfortable in a situation where potentially at any moment any of us could literally die, I understand. And Jeb, if you would join me, I think we need to go through the woods. I think we need to get to that house. Along the way to the house, if we can encounter Snowflame, hopefully her and not the other two, but maybe we can try your plan to recruit them. But we go to the house again, we try to get that baby, and then we get the fuck out.
Grandmaster Roscoe says, I've never actually done any kidnapping, but I'm game for anything.
And I was going to say, Roscoe, you've done so much to help me in the last week, and I really am appreciative, but you know what? I'm just going to, and he downs the rest of that white wine spritzer, and he puts the glass down and goes, just going to be honest, you're a wild card, master. And I'm going to give you the option too. Like, I don't quite know how this could end for any of us.
Oh, God.
I'm not going to let you guys go and do this without me. Like,
all right.
I know it's risky and everything, but like, I've already almost died twice. Like, fuck it.
Well, Peter, you're I'll always be by your side no matter what.
And to which
Grandmaster
Roscoe does chip in. He's like, well, tell you what, I got a Winnebago. If nothing else, whatever you guys are doing, I can provide a getaway car.
I like that plan.
Yeah.
Okay. Sure.
Just put the Winnebago and stock it up with everything that you think that we might need for a getaway, and I literally mean whatever you think. It seems like you would actually kind of know what we would need.
It's gonna be a lot.
I weirdly agree.
You see him pulling out a list. You see him writing beef jerky, sword parentheses S question mark in parentheses,
Vaseline underlined.
All right then. I think it's settled then. Franklin, you're staying home.
He's like, I think that's fair. I think the missus is. She doesn't ask too many questions on this. I've just been telling her it's been bonding time with the boy, but I don't know what would happen if something were to happen to both of us.
Emma, you should take her on a date. It's probably been a while, so take her on a date. Take Mama on a date.
I think I'll do that.
All right then, hunting club, and let's welcome Grandmaster Roscoe and his Winnebago, and there's no time like the present, so I guess tonight's when this is happening.
Yeah.
Will it happen tonight? Find out next recording.